Hi guys, and welcome back to Whirly's Watchbox. And today we'll be doing another review, and it's going to be the Casio EFR-S107D. So that's what this model number is, and it's really a cool watch. It's one of the more affordable or lower priced watches that we'll have here on the channel, and it's a Casio Edifice for one, and it's a really cool watch. I really love the different levels of polishing and the dial texture, and I think I got this for around $100 on Amazon. But even if you buy it new, I think it's only 120 straight from Casio, and that's not high price at all. So you really do get a lot of watch for your money here. So with that said, let's take a closer look. So here is the Casio Edifice off the wrist, and it looks really cool. You know, aesthetically wise, and some people might gripe at this, but doesn't it sort of kind of have the same aesthetics as an AP Royal Oak? You know, you got those screws in there. Granted, I think they're faux screws. I don't think they do anything. But the brushed bezel really kind of reminds me of an AP Royal Oak. You know, it just looks pretty darn cool. I like it. So with that said, we'll do this review just like all the other reviews, and we'll start off with the timekeeping. So I don't think I've set this watch or adjusted the time since I got it, and it's still well within the minute, and I think the tolerance is like plus 20 a month. So yeah, it's doing a good job. Now the movement, nothing fancy, it's just your run-of-the-mill quartz movement. It's not solar powered or anything like that. The functionality, give it an 8. It keeps time very well, which is the main thing. I do kind of wish it had a screw-down crown, but it's a sporty watch. It has 100 meters water resistance. Now, this will tie in later, but there is no lume on these markers. Why in the hell they decided not to put lume on them, I have no idea, and it's my biggest question mark about this watch. And then you can kind of see the second hand doesn't really hit the second markers there, but I mean, for a watch of this price point, I'm not going to complain too much about it. So, keeps time well, but that's just about it. So moving on to the bracelet, nothing fancy here. It's not finished particularly well. It uses a split pin system, so it's easy to resize, which I'm very thankful for. The clasp is, you have your push deployant, but nothing fancy. Just uses, little friction stopper, as I'll call it. Yeah, pretty basic overall. But it's still comfortable. I will give it that. It is a comfortable bracelet to wear. Now, the finishing of this watch is where it really, really shines. So you can see the brushed bezel there, and then you have a high polish sort of beveling here, and then brushing on the sides. And it looks good. It looks good. And then I really like the nice touch of green that they put on the 12, 3, 6, and 9 indices. I think that looks really good. And then the indices are all high polish and everything like that. Same with the hands. And I like the nice green second hand there. Really adds a little flair to it. It looks nice. Now the crystal of this is, impressive for the price point. And it's a sapphire crystal. It doesn't have anti-reflective coating, but for a watch you can get, around for $100. I'm not going to complain too much about that. So really like that they went with the sapphire crystal there. Kind of pushes it above other watches in its price point. Makes it stand out a little bit. Now the case design is very cool. Like I said at the beginning of the video, kind of aesthetically reminds me of an AP Royal Oak. Yeah, it doesn't have that, distinctive, is it a hexagon, octagon sort of shape? I don't know. But it does look very neat. I like the faux screws. I don't care that they don't do anything. This watch is like $100. It adds a cool look to it. The brushing on the bezel, really, really cool. And then it's got I don't know, sort of a neat sort of shape here that mirrors the crown guards. And yeah, looks good. The case design is very, very nice. Now, where I'm going to harp on it a little bit, and this goes into the next category, is the size. It's 42.5 millimeters, so a little bit on the larger scale of things. I'd prefer it to be around 40, maybe even 41. Now, where it makes up for that for me is the thickness of this watch. It's very thin. It's only 8.3 millimeters tall. So definitely makes up for the larger diameter there. And I love the thinness of this watch. Now the dial, and I'm going to try my best to show it here on camera, is actually, let me wipe off the smudges here on the crystal. Maybe you can see it better. It's got a nice sort of texture to it. And I'll provide another shot in here because it doesn't seem to be showing up that great on camera. But yeah, the texture on the dial looks really, really cool. I like it a lot. And then the indices look great. The raised chapter ring looks really good. The handset, can't really complain there. But, these indices don't have any lume on them. And, this kind of ties in with the functionality a bit. Why? I don't understand why Casio didn't put lume on those. It sort of baffles me a little bit and is kind of a bummer about this watch. So, if I really have to pick on it, yeah, it's a lack of no lume, on the indices there. So, with that said, though, the value of this watch, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a grab-and-go watch you can pick up. You don't have to worry about dinging it up or anything. It's a sporty-looking watch. You can probably, well, I don't want to say dress it up, but it's a good everyday watch. And you get a sapphire crystal there, and, it keeps very, very good time. And like I said, I picked this up for $100, I think, on Amazon. You might be able to get it even cheaper. And I think if you buy it straight from Casio, it's around $120. So still pretty affordable, pretty inexpensive watch. So overall, for what you're paying for, you really do get a lot of watch for your money. And I would recommend this watch to anybody. I mean, it really has been a great timekeeper for me, and it's definitely going to stay in my collection. It really is a good watch, and I use it a lot for golfing. It fits under my golf glove because of that thinness, and it's just going to be reliable. So, with that said, let's get into our scoring here. So the timekeeping, we will give it a 10 out of 10. Been super accurate for me. The movement, an 8, just kind of your run-of-the-mill quartz movement. The functionality, an 8. The second hand doesn't hit the markers too well, doesn't have screw-down crown. Although I do like the 100 meters water resistance, and then the lack of lume on the hour markers is a little baffling. Now the bracelet, it's okay. 6 out of 10. Nothing fancy. The finishing on it is subpar. The clasp isn't that good, but it is comfortable. Now, the finishing of this watch, besides the bracelet, is remarkable for its price point. The different levels of high polished to brushed finishes on this watch, on the case, is really, really well done. Now, the crystal, yes, it lacks anti-reflective coating, but, for this price point, you're getting a sapphire crystal on there. So, 9 out of 10 there. The case design, it's very unique, it's distinctive. I really like it. Give that a 9 out of 10. The size, it's 42.5 millimeters. Yes, it's a little big, but I think the thinness of the watch makes up for it. It's only 8.3 millimeters thick, and I think that's pretty impressive. So we'll give the size of it. I was going to give it an 8, but let's give it a 9 just for that. The dial, very cool dial. I love the sort of green 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6, and 9 markers on there. It's kind of got that green painting, that sort of green chrome finish. I don't even know what to really call it, but it's a nice touch. The dial itself has a nice texture. The thing, again, and this goes back into the functionality of it, is no lume on the hour markers. That it just baffles me why they didn't do it. I mean, they're nice white markers there. I don't see why they couldn't have some lume applied there. I think that would really make this watch stand out more than it already does. So we'll give the dial an 8, and then value of this watch a 10 out of 10. It's a good grab and go watch, like I said earlier. Don't have to worry about banging it up. It keeps accurate time, and it'll just do the job for you. So 10 out of 10 there, with a total score of an 86. So, you know, even a lower priced Casio watch, you know, kind of a, you know, entry level beater watch, it can hang with the best. It really can. And 86 is a great score, and can definitely hang with watches above its price point. So with that said, that'll end this review. Thanks guys for watching. Please like the video and subscribe, and leave your thoughts below. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.